Hello, YouTube family. This is your man Big Lou, aka 40 Cal Glider, and this is my 2015 Street Glide Special. And today I'm going to be going over some of the upgrades I've made to this bike since I purchased it new in July of 2015. So I'll give you a quick walk around, show you some of the things. This bike came from the factory with quite a bit of chrome on it, but I continue to add to that because I do like chrome and I like this color. You see a lot of black street glides and even some of that bright orange color, or starburst I believe they call it, but you don't see a whole lot of gray ones. This is called the charcoal pearl gray, and I am a fan of gray and silver, so that's why I selected this particular bike, and this color I should say. So we'll start up front here and we'll work our way back. So up top here we have the extended fairing, the extended windshield, which I purchased on eBay or Amazon. I forget, I do a lot of shopping on both, so it wasn't very expensive. Actually quite inexpensive when you compare it to some of the other ones like Clockworks or some of the other visors out there. I didn't feel I needed to spend that much money to get what I wanted, but again, that's my choice. So you may choose differently, and that's up to you. But here we have the fairing insert here. We have the actual tribal mirrors. I took the Street Glide mirrors off because I upgraded my stereo and I put tweeters in place of that, and I'll be discussing that in a second as well. Went with a Daymaker type headlight. It's not the actual Daymaker. Those are very expensive, $400 or $500. I didn't want to spend that much, but this one does the trick, and I've had it for about 4 years now with no problem. I upgraded to the Custom Dynamics turn signals, and they have LEDs in here on the turn signals, and those are pretty nice. The upper cowls, the lowers, I got from a company called Willie Shiny out of California. Shout out to Joe there. He was very helpful. They do a chrome exchange program. The wheel is a 23-inch Renegade Tulsa with the wrapped fender, as well as the single disc 6-piston rotor, a caliber, 6-piston caliber. Have some highway pegs here. Again, they weren't very expensive. I forget where I purchased them. What else here? Up here, I went with a 12-inch Carlini Gangster Apes. They're actually a little under 12 inches. I think they're about 11 and a half, but they bring your grip up a little higher, makes the ride a little more comfortable. I like those. At the time when I purchased them, I also got these braided lines to go with them as well. A lot of people said you could put the 12-inch bars on with the factory lines on it, but I didn't want to take a chance. I wanted to make sure I had enough once I got into it, and so that's why I did that. Factory air cleaner cover, but underneath I have the Arlen Ness Big Sucker, the Willie G brake pedal. Also have these aftermarket Willie G knockoff floorboards. I've been looking for these. You can't find them anymore, so I don't know if there was some type of copyright infringement, whatever, pulled down, but I can't find them on the internet anymore. The floorboards here are similar, but they're not matching. I have the matching ones over here. I originally had those on, but as you can see, the insert here is missing. I contacted the company. They would not send me out any more inserts. They wouldn't even let me buy them. They wouldn't, provide me a way to even buy them. So I was left with riding with them looking like that. or going with a different type. So if anyone out there knows how or where I can get this type of material to replace this on here, please let me know. Provide a comment below, and I'll do that and probably put these back on, because I do like the way these look, and I like the fact that they match the driver floorboards. As you can see, I have a pair of Shark Road exhausts here. I currently have 4-inch Big Louis on here, but I want to try something different. And I rode with a guy a few weeks ago, and I was riding behind him. He had the Shark Road exhaust on his 2019 Road Glide, no baffles in them. And let me tell you, that thing sounded outstanding. So he told me where he got them from. I went online and purchased them, and I'm going to be throwing those on my bike here in another week or so. I'll be posting that video on those, so please tune in and let me know what you think about those. So back to the bike here. The header, like most people, I started out with the factory header. Then I moved up to a Rush header, which was like their Econo line. It wasn't the top of the line, it was a step down version, and increased horsepower and torque, but I really didn't like it, so I took it off after 3,000 or 4,000 miles. And then I went with a header by a company called American Custom Chrome, where they take the factory header, remove the Cadillac converter, and install what they call I think it's called a power flex chamber or something right in here, and that helps to increase the torque and horsepower. So it's working pretty good. I have the fuel processor underneath here. It's a Cobra F1 2000, I believe the model is. It's okay. I don't know if I don't have it tuned properly or what, but if you look here, you can see that I'm getting some bronzing here, and I was told that's an indication that there's a bad fuel air mix ratio. I do know several of my friends who purchased their bikes new as I did and had exhausts and tuners put on at the dealership, or stillership as we like to call them, before they brought it home. Years later, they still don't have that bronzing. So and then some of my other friends who have like the Vance & Hines FP3 fuel processor, they seem pretty happy with that. So again, post your comments, let me know, give me some recommendations on what you think is best or what's worked for you, and I'll look at that as I move forward, and I'll probably be doing this over the winter. As I mentioned, I had the 4.5-inch stretch bags. Here in the rear, I have the CVO style rear end. Get a lot of compliments on this rear end. People like it a lot. I like it as well. I think it makes the bike, sets it off pretty well. Now, as I mentioned, as part of the chrome exchange with Willie Shiny, the factory rear wheel is chromed out. So again, with that company, you make your purchase, they send you the products out. Once you take them off your bike, you return them, your cores to them, and then the process is complete. I didn't want to leave the factory aluminum wheel on here, but then again, I also didn't want to spend another $1,200 or $1,400 on a rear wheel that you won't see. All you see is the chrome, so that's why I elected to do that. And others may elect to do something different, but that was my choice. As far as the tour pack, I went with the Chop Tour Pack. I think again I got this off of Amazon. It wasn't painted, so I had to get it painted. I got it at the same time I got the side covers, so I got them painted at the same time by the same guy. I went with the Chop because it gives you a little room. You can put 2 half helmets and some other stuff in there, but it's not as small as the Razor, which a lot of people refer to as a pizza tour pack, and it's not as big and bulky as the King. So that was my choice for this. And it comes with a nice comfortable backrest for the rider. The seat, I sent it out to a company called Mean City Cycles in North Carolina. and they kind of customize your seat based on your specifications. So I had gel packs added for the rider and the passenger, updated the gray stitching to go to match my bike, added the bar and shield here. They did a cutout in here, which is supposed to make it better for your prostate and tailbone on the longer rides. And also, I'm a little over 6'1", so they pushed the seat back about 1.5 inches and trimmed it on the sides to make it a little more comfortable, again, for the longer rides. I have the Willie G heel and toe shifter, and also the Harley Davidson gear linkage. So what else here? Stereo. Up front here I have the 600 watt JL audio amplifier and the Rockford Fosgate sound processor. For this video I won't be turning on the music, but I will post a future video to let you hear that it sounds pretty good. Have the, as I mentioned earlier, diamond audio tweeters in the space of where the original Street Glide mirrors were on both sides. You can see that. Have the Motto 6.5-inch speakers up here. Polk Audio 6x9s in the bag. Also in the bag, I have the Hertz 8-inch subwoofer in both bags. And my 40 cal, I always have that with me. Again, I am the 40 cal glider. I went with these updated locks here, where you just basically use a 3/16 Allen wrench to remove your bags. I've seen several videos where guys are sticking screwdrivers and various things behind here and stealing people's bags. So, I mean, you know, like anything else, if somebody wants to steal something, they'll find a way, but I want to make it a little more difficult if in fact they do, or someone were to try to steal this. So I think that's about it as far as the upgrades I've made so far. Now, moving forward, I plan to replace this factory air cover with the Hawk Halter's Renegade Tulsa air cleaner that matches the front wheel. So that'll be something I'll do here maybe later on this year. Maybe that'll be a Christmas present for the bike, so to speak. As I mentioned, this is a Street Glide special, so it came with the pinstripes, but due to the fact that I've changed out parts, the fender, side covers, tour pack, and now even saddlebags, none of those have the pinstripes. So the only thing with pinstripes now are fuel tank and the fairing. So something I have planned over the winter is to come out with some type of design that I could put on to add the pinstripes. Just make the bike look a little different, set it off a little different from others. I don't think I want to go with those tribal designs. I've seen a few of those out there that look very well, but so many bikes out there with the tribal designs. I think I'm going to stay away from that and go with something not too bold, but still nice enough. Additionally, I'll be sending my backrests off for my tour pack to get the stitching redone to match the seat. For someone riding today, it's a nice day in Georgia. The weather is great here today, so I'll definitely be getting out riding here in a little while. But I think that's it. Like I say, these are the things I've done to my Street Glide. Post your comments below. Let me know. Likes, subscribe, hit the bell, and again, I'll have some future videos coming out and we can discuss. So thank you and have a blessed day. 40 Cal Rider out.